With reverse coloring, you have a color on the paper similar to this one, and you should create something by imagination from this blobby shape and make something that has a sense, or how we like to say in the artsy world, that has a sense to you. I want to show you the different paper that I created. This is the first one that I created, second one, third one, and our fourth one. I do want to show you the process of how I create this one in a way that I had absolutely no control over where the blob will spread, so that I will not cheat the system and make something that I had in my mind. I chose watercolor for this project because I thought was the best way not to have control over the project itself. And as you can see, I spread first pure water on a paper. I use 2 pages of mixed media paper and 2 pages of watercolor paper. And then I start to lay down the color that will spread already without me controlling them because of the water on the paper. And then to make things even more interesting, I took a pure water after laying the color down, and I kept dropping water from my brush on top of the color so that it will keep spreading without any control. So basically the only thing I had control over was the color choice, but the only goal with the color choice for me was to have different looking pages, and that's it. As always, I like to show you my workstation before to begin painting, and today is very simple. All I have is our pages to work with. I have 2 fine liner, one is brush tip, and I think I will be using this one today, and the other is a simple fine liner, so in case I decide to swap things around, I may use this one, but probably not, and my good old friend's coffee. It is time to begin. Let's pick our first contestant. I had 2 things in mind when looking at this page. There was a volcano, and this was inspired by the big blob just on the bottom of the page, and the color selection, but also the color selection and a little bit the shape was inspiring something else. It was inspiring a phoenix, and that big blob, it looked like the tail of a big flaming phoenix. So I decided to risk it and go for it because it was more inspiring for me. Of course, the shape wasn't perfect because the blob wasn't designed to be a phoenix, but the goal of this exercise is to inspire creativity. This second one was a big challenge. Honestly, I could not see anything. It just were too blended together, the colors, for me to have a defined shape. So my brain sort of went to what is a comfort zone for me, a flower. So by stretch of imagination, I followed the fuzzy line and create this flower. And yeah, so sometimes we just go back to our comfort zone. And one thing I realize is that creativity, it requires practice as well. This page for me was so much easier. It's like the images that just kept jumping on me, it was so easy to see everything. So I don't know, because this page itself was easier, or because, as I mentioned, creativity is a practice process. So maybe by this point, my brain was so settled into find a shape where there was for me to see a lot more, but also have some well-defined blob definitely helped a ton. Here I could see a ostrich, I could see here now an eagle, I could see cats, a snail, and chickens. And it's like they were all there lying on the paper for me to just trace them up. So it was a lot of fun to do this page. Now the sketches may not be the best one, but yeah, I think reverse coloring is an amazing exercise, especially if you suffer for creative block and you try something that inspires you. You may try to just trace the line in the beginning, and then you will see how images actually came out in front of you. Or is, as I said, a practice tool for increasing your creative level. If you think like you are not creative enough as a person, you want to do more, this may be an amazing exercise. And as you can see, the images, they just keep popping on top of me, and yeah, I keep follow the line, and there they are, creating shapes. Sometimes the shape are a bit of a stretch of the imagination, but I think they are recognizable shapes. This last spread sent a very clear message, and the message is I spend way too much time with my son, because all I could see in here were dinosaur and dragons of some sort. Now I'm not a big expert in dinosaur and dragon, but I feel like their shape just kept popping in front of my eyes. So the entire spread here is just about creating this mystical creature. my creation, and I would love for you to let me know in the comment which one you think that match exactly what you would have done as well. The first one, we have our sort of phoenix, our interpretation of a phoenix, and yeah, a little bit of a stretch of imagination. How is our second one? It was completely made up, inspired by the color, but not really from the lines. We have our third one that I think it's such a fun spread. We have just lots of birds and weird animal. I think it's super cute. I like this one, honestly, and I think at this point my eyes were trained to see the color transition, the line, the shades, and really create something out of it. The last fun one, this definitely say I spent too much time with my son, but it's super cute. This is our dinosaur dragon spread and some mixed imaginative animal. Okay guys, this is all we created today, and I would love for you to press the like button, and if you like, subscribe as well. I love to grow this community and to have you as part of our artsy family. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.